Joking.
All right. So, what would you like to work on?
I want to clear this overwhelm. My God. It's
Overwhelm?
crippling me.
No problem. So, I already entered your Akashic records before we started.
I had a feeling you would do something like that.
Yeah. So, I just kind of called that energy in. So, we're already in that, which is really nice. So, we're able to kind of just dig right away and access what's going on. So, we're just going to take a few deep breaths, closing your eyes and just getting into a more grounded state. And if you do have a crystal with you, that's great. Maybe you want to hold it in your hand, or you could even put it near your feet
Mm.
and just pull the energy down to the feet.
Which crystal should I have?
I'd say rose quartz,
Rose quartz.
but if you don't
Oh,
have a big enough
I
one,
don't have rose quartz.
you won't. Oh,
I have a little tiny one, but it's outside. It's in the hallway. It's tiny. It's like a little marble.
okay.
Yeah, I need to get a big rose quartz.
You want to go get the marble?
Will I get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't wear a bra because I put them in my bra anyway.
I can start wearing bras.
You could. Ah, perfect. So it's not that small.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's not as big as I'd love it to be. Put this up beside my feet.
you can go bigger. Actually, it's not big enough really to pull the energy down to your feet. So I would just hold it in your hand. You'll get more benefits with that. And I would hold
Okay.
it in your left hand because that's the side of your heart, right? So when we feel stressed in the shoulders, like that overwhelm, putting crystals in your hands can kind of pull that energy out for you, okay, naturally. So when we connect to the energy of overwhelm, let's just do a little like kind of body scan. So I'm going to start with your crown and kind of work my way down as you're taking a few deep breaths. And I even find just holding your crystals and breathing for a few minutes can be really beneficial for your crown too. And on your out breaths, really just let out your sighs like, yeah. Third eye, same thing. It just feels like when you get into that relaxed state, you kind of reconnect yourself back in because you're always intuitive. It's just allowing yourself to get back into that intuitive state. So, we're going to think of a few things that are blessings for you that have occurred in your life thus far. So, it could be big or small, but just what are a few blessings that you can focus on?
My business,
Okay. What
the
else?
success
Yeah.
that it has had over the last 5 months.
Okay.
Um, the level of abundance I have around me, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So lots of support, right?
Yeah, lots of space. Like I have, I live in a very quite a large apartment, and then I have my own space even within that, my own private space, which allows me to just be, and that's amazing.
So being present. That's
Mm.
good. So I'm just calling some Reiki energy in for you as well. Just trying to kind of just create a little bit of heat as we're kind of coming down to more of the shoulders. And just encouraging yourself to just, as you breathe out, also just dropping the shoulders. And if you can, put your palms up, maybe putting your palms up as well, so you're in a more receptive state.
Have them open, you mean?
Yeah, just like, or like
Yeah, to receive.
up and
Yeah.
down, and especially where you're holding that crystal. If you wanted to put another crystal in the other hand, you could, and maybe just like a clear quartz for that one, because clear quartz is really great for meditation, which is kind of what we're doing, getting you back into that state. And clearing the shoulders by creating a bit of sound. So just noticing your own energy. So just kind of shutting everybody else's off as you ground. Is when we work on the throat chakra feels really strong. It just feels like it's just encouraging your physical body to feel love and to feel presence. And it does feel like touch is really important for you, hence why we're working with touching crystals and me kind of sending you energy, because we all need to be touched, we all need to be hugged, and we all need to be loved, right? So it's like
Mm.
when we get massages, we get to be touched. So it's feeling like even just, if you can experience more hugs and more love and more touch in the physical world right now, that would probably help as well. Just because,
Mm.
or if you can put lotion, even just like on your own, even like hands, you might find just like giving yourself a little bit of like a rub, a little massage, especially along. I'll show you where you kind of need it. Like, right, so not where the palm is, but more like along where the pinky is. Feels like
Mm.
more in there.
Just rub it.
Yeah. And if it feels like if there are any, well, if you have lotion, that would be better. But do you feel any tension in there?
Feels like when I rub it, there's a sore spot.
Yeah, a tender spot. So in reflexology, what we want to do is kind of just do an energy release. So you just kind of like apply a little bit of pressure and kind of work it through. And then you can kind of like you'll notice you might be guided towards like another area. And it's just like giving yourself just a little bit of like a, connection that way, physical connection, because it's so
What
important.
if I did it with some essential oil,
Yeah, that'd be even better.
like lavender or lemon?
Not
What one?
not lemon. I feel more like actually like cinnamon or something like that.
I still don't have cinnamon. I literally have lavender, lemon, and orange so far. I'm gonna buy more. Like I
I
just
would go with
started.
orange because orange is grounding and uplifting. Because
Mm.
not trying to put lavender is almost too relaxing. Like it's not. You're not working on sleepy time. You're working on like clearing.
Raising vibration.
Yeah, just kind of like, but this feels like past stuff, right? Just that's just like getting built up, like tension getting built up in your hand. So yeah, so like, but lotion, essential oil, definitely, and just working some of that out. I think it will help a lot. Legs might be tight too. And you said you go to the gym, right?
Mm.
So
My legs are very sore.
okay, so do you go for massages?
No, I really want to though.
Okay, well that would be something I would like book ASAP if you could. I think you'd just get a lot of benefits out of that. But when we can't do that, doing that for yourself is good too. So more like it feels like the calves. So like from your knees down, just even right now, you can draw your hands like down your legs. So like starting at the knees and then just drawing both of your hands down at the same time down your legs to your feet. And then it's if you're pulling the energy out of your feet, because that's what I was saying. We can do that with the crystal, but because we don't have that big rose quartz, we're gonna just.
Mm.
It's very it should feel soothing.
So I'm rubbing down from my knees and pushing, almost like pushing down.
And you're drawing all the energy down your legs and out of your feet. And this should be very like therapeutic.
Mm, yeah,
Like
especially when I visualize it.
yeah, it's a comfort thing, but you literally are pulling that stress out of your body. Okay, so
Mm.
two things. Touch is super important. Okay, then when we drop into the heart, dropping back in, that's where it feels like there's like stuff that's bothering you that you're really wanting to like use your throat chakra to like talk about, right? Because it's like when you start to feel stuff going on that's bothering you, like you said, overwhelm, it's like you just want to get it out. So
Mm.
so what comes up for you around your heart when you connect to your own heart?
In terms of,
Like the overwhelm you're feeling or anything that you're feeling that needs to come up and out that's around that heart that's bothering you.
it's like fear. I'm scared.
What are you scared of? Trusting that this is a safe place for you.
I'm scared of not like,
And even if you need to rub your hand while you're doing that.
scared of things not working out, like, of not being supported.
Not being supported.
Yeah, like
And who are you not being supported by?
the universe.
Okay.
Not that I'm not. I'm scared of it not happening.
Okay. And is it that there will be like there isn't a block right now, but there will be a block later?
I feel like I am having a block.
Okay.
I feel like everything has dried up right now.
Okay. So do you think you're being a bit dramatic or is there a real circumstance?
Well, I mean, yeah, like I feel like money has kind of dried up now
Okay.
over this last
Okay. And when you say
few weeks.
dried up, that's
Like it's not consistently flowing.
okay.
Like,
Okay. So there's no consistency. It's dried up. What color is it?
green,
What shape is it?
like a rectangle.
Okay. So if you take this dried up rectangle, right? Not flowing energy, and you put that energy up to the light. I'm just gonna do a little like kind of like a little Reiki energy attunement, healing attunement, clearing thing. Okay.
Okay.
So if you just stay present, you're gonna offer that shape up to the light, and you're gonna see that being filled up with like white, unconditional love. And I'm just gonna do a couple things for you. And is it money in particular?
Mm,
Is it? Is that what we're clearing?
yes.
Okay. Keep that breathing to coming. Okay, and what is the lesson that you feel that you're meant to learn from this?
To push myself.
Okay. So would you like to allow that green, dried up, inconsistent money energy to be pulled and released from your energy field and replace that with moving forward with your blessings and with your calling, your purpose in life?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So how does that feel? Does that feel okay?
Yeah, I felt a bit of a shiver there,
Okay.
like something.
Yeah. Because the reason why we're doing a little bit of like energy is because when we do anything to do with like chakras, it gets stuck in the chest, right? And we really want
Yeah.
to like move the energy around. Hence why I was saying, like, for you, even just working on your hand, even while we're working, or pulling that energy down, because you're helping me move the energy too, right? Because we're not in person together. So what was coming up there was like, in your mind, you're thinking about like maybe your expenses or your like the minus signs, right? So that's what I was actually seeing, hearing, like subtraction, right? So not addition, what am I getting, right? What is being added? It's all these things that are being kind of like taken. So
Mm,
when you go back to a time in your life, like first time you remember something being taken from you, could have
yeah.
could have been a toy or whatever. What comes up for you? How old would you be?
Definitely younger than 8.
Okay.
Probably 6 or 7.
Okay. And what was the circumstance?
So I was playing with a football, and we were in this like park, and there was so many people around, okay?
Mhm.
And I was I was kicking the ball into the goal like on my own, but everybody around was like cheering
Yeah.
because I kept doing it, you know? So I wanted to keep doing it, but then they couldn't let me keep doing it because there was a game about to be played.
Okay.
And then someone came and eventually took me.
Okay.
I think it was my mom. She came and took me away from the field. Like she carried me away, and I started screaming, crying. Like I was like, "No, you can't do this."
Just move my chair here. I'm just
That's when you asked me that question. That's what came up. So I felt like that was taken from me.
I'm just gonna encourage you to stomp your feet a little bit. When we stomp our feet, we just pull the energy out of the head. So when you were a child, when this was happening, did you feel like
Yeah.
you were it taking away from like your security, your
No, it
confidence?
was taken away from like everything I was receiving. So everyone was cheering for me, right? So I was feeling so like, so alive, so excited,
Okay. And
you
then
know?
somebody kind of took your livelihood away and your excitement.
Yeah, it was just like taking that, like I wasn't allowed to do that then.
Okay. So was it not being allowed, or
Yeah.
like that somebody was telling you, no, you're not allowed to be alive, you're not allowed to have fun?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to pull and release that feeling, especially your mother doing that too? So the person that like loves you the most, that gave birth to you, that she was like taking your joy and livelihood away.
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel like do you self punish still? Like, do you punish yourself a little bit? Like, are you hard on yourself?
It could be. Not as much as before.
Okay. So what was before like?
God. I don't know actually.
Well, if you're better now than you were, but it's not perfect.
Yeah, it was almost like I wouldn't allow like it would be like I wouldn't allow myself to really just relax and have fun unless I was after like being super, super productive. Like, and I feel like I'm I'm carrying that through right now, what's going on, especially in my business. Because
Like,
I'm not being super, super productive, I'm like saying, well, like you can't relax yet
okay. So we'll do
because
we'll do a fill in the blank, okay? So with your eyes closed, so it's intuitive. So productive people always blank. What are productive people always? Doesn't have to
I
make
heard
any sense.
I heard win.
Okay. Productive people always.
Win.
Okay. Productive people always.
Lewis.
Okay. So productive people never.
Have fun.
Okay. Productive people never. Productive people never.
Sorry.
It is funny. It
It doesn't make sense to
never.
me, the words that are coming. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Go on.
Productive people never.
Win.
Okay. So would you like to clear and release these beliefs that you have around productive people and no
They're
creator
conflicting.
and no creator's definition of what productive is, know what that looks like and feel
Yes.
and allow that to
Yes.
come into your energetic frequency so you can relate to that feeling and sensation in your body when it needs to happen. Yes.
Yes, please.
And if you do your own body scan as we keep going through your chakras, your solar plexus. How does your solar plexus feel right now? It's the area right beneath your heart where you breathe and you're in the center of your diaphragm. That little hole.
It feels.
And it's yellow.
Hmm.
Is it feeling bright yellow? Is it feeling pale yellow?
It's kind of feeling like a crystally, like it looks like a crystal,
Okay.
but like it's like, you know, when you see the bits of dirt in the cracks.
Yep.
So it's not so sparkly and bright.
Okay.
It needs to be shined up.
Okay. So when you think about things that are like need to be shined up, right? Why do you feel like things need to be shined up?
So they look good.
Okay. So do you feel like you look good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like I look good.
Okay. So on what percentage do you feel like you look good? 100%, 80%, 95%?
I would say 80.
Okay. So where would the 20% of not looking good come from?
My physical shape.
Okay. So what's
So
wrong?
the physical aspect, my body.
Okay. It's the way that your body looks. Okay. And what's wrong with the way that your body looks?
It's not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's just not. I don't have my ideal body.
Okay. And what is your ideal body?
Less body fat.
Okay. And what does body fat mean to you? When people have a lot of body fat, what do you think of? Like, ooh, like do you think
Oh, it's ugly.
and is it that they have a poor diet or is it
Yeah,
they don't take care of themselves?
yeah. They don't take care of themselves. They have a poor diet, and what I'm hearing is that they're lazy.
Okay, exactly. So do you want to really some pull the fact that that you have like maybe 20% of like issues around your body fat and the attachment to feeling like that might mean that you're lazy or that you're not doing something right?
Yes.
And when you see other people that are really really like out of shape, do you judge them or do you just like not,
No, I don't judge them.
you don't care? It's just you care about yourself but not how other people look and feel, right?
Yeah, no.
So would you like to know that you're doing a good job when it comes to like not projecting your energy onto other people? So even if you're not feeling 100%, that you can still carry the weight, no pun intended, for others. That you can carry the weight for others.
I don't want to carry the weight for others.
Well, that you can help other people who are carrying weight? Because essentially that's what you do for work.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather me say hold space?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds better.
Okay.
Holding space feels so much better because I don't want to carry anything for anyone.
Okay. But would you like to know that you've been doing a good job thus far
Holding space.
space for other people and not projecting your energy onto other people because of how you're feeling, and that you're like 100% there for others and not judging them even though you might not feel 100.
Yes.
Okay. That's actually a really big one. I don't know if you know that, but that's really important to feel. And courage comes up around the solar plexus too, because that's where we get our courage from, right? So when we're going through a bit of a challenge or a transformation, which you are going through big transformation, right? You're going through major changes, like you're getting tons of downloads. Like that's a lot, right? And it's at a quick speed. So it usually like causes stress. And then when we're experiencing stress, we're not letting that stress get the best of us. We're like, okay, I have to overcome, right? So do you feel like you're doing a good job like overcoming this overwhelm and these obstacles?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think that you have a lot of courage?
Yes.
Yeah. So would you like to know that you're doing a beautiful and wonderful job overriding a lot of really, really, really big fat things that most people
Oh, triggered. Joke.
that most, that most people no, it's not, because that's why I said
I'm joking.
that most people honestly would not be able to just like override. Like you're doing an amazing job with how many actual things you are going through right now and how amazing you're doing overriding that.
Yes.
Okay. And do you feel like you have enough people in your life to support you moving forward? Do you? Okay. So would you like to pull and release times in your life where maybe you didn't have that support, whether it was from the universe or your parents or friends,
Yes.
partner, and let's replace that with knowing that there's truth, and I'm hearing divinity,
Yes.
that there's energy there for you that you can access at any given time to help you understand why you're experiencing what you're experiencing also.
Yes.
I'm here. Pull that shit. So how does your belly feel? Because we're that's our next area. And my belly was just a lot of energy was moving. So do you feel energy moving around in the stomach?
No. I mean, it doesn't feel intense. You know what I mean? It just feels
Loose,
fine.
light,
Yeah.
calm?
Yeah. It feels calm.
Okay. Because that's where you carry your emotions. So you're feeling calm then.
Well, usually when I feel the overwhelm, it's more in the center.
Okay. So your solar plexus?
Yeah, it's usually there.
Okay. So if you
That has lightened up though.
perfect. So then the belly feels good too, right? Because you're right. I do feel like when things upset you, it's more like it does feel like when something's pulled from away from you. So it's like you just said that, like when the ground is almost pulled from you, it's like, hey, I was just doing this, and now this is happening. So and
Yeah.
it affects your power. You feel like your power is being taken away from you. So, but that's good that you don't carry it. You don't actually carry a lot of belly fat around because you're not carrying the energy there. You're carrying it in the center. So that's why rose quartz, holding that and breathing is going to be a good healing mechanism for you moving forward when you're starting to get overwhelmed. Okay. So because that diaphragm is going to help you a lot. And in my Akashic Records class that I'm currently learning, we hold our arms like this, and then we open and breathe open. And then we curl down, and open, and then we go up.
Oh, what was that one?
You were listening.
I was doing it with you.
So open up, and then down, and then opening up, and then up. And this is for the lower heart and the upper heart. Okay, because you really do carry that overwhelm in the chest, kind of like that's where all of this area. And for you, speaking is really important, right? So it's like you like to talk through things, but when you can't necessarily talk through things or like get Reiki, then those are really helpful tools. Okay, so there's like a few things I was talking about. But I think you'll find that it loosens up the energy that you feel here, because you probably, when you work out, you probably work out like pecs and stuff too. Do you? So your lungs, like from a body reflexology standpoint, our lungs are right here. And if you're really tight there, that might restrict you in your breathing as well. Okay. But when you just kind of like get a massage too, you might want to get them to really work your pecs a lot.
Yeah.
Because that will open up a lot of that stress, because it doesn't feel like it's real stress. It just feels like your physical body is feeling a bit of tension as a result of like all this change. Plus you're working up, right? So if we check in with your feet, do your feet feel connected to the earth?
No.
Why not?
Don't know. There's.
Okay. Are you too in your head?
I think I'm too in my head.
Okay. Do you close your eyes often? Like, do you spend a lot of time with your eyes closed? No? Because a great way to get out of our head is by literally closing our eyes. So, because when we're doing this, we're observing, right? Observe, observe, observe. And it's not judge. It's being observant, right? Aware. But when you close your eyes, you can't see all that stuff anymore. But what you can see often is you can see the energy of the things around you. Does that happen to you? Do you see energy around you even though your eyes are closed? Or do you
I see it in my
head?
No, like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, but I do know that you see energy because you feel energy. So therefore you see, right? And because we all have that ability, but not everybody taps into it. So I would encourage you to connect with your eyes closed more often, because you'll actually, it's like you'll even be more aware, I think, because then it's not that you don't trust it, but like you'll just feel it more, right? And at the end of the day, when it comes to energy, you want to feel it, right? You want to feel energy because you want to feel good and you want to feel connected to the earth. You don't just want to know, okay, I have feet. It's like, I want to feel connected to the earth. So when you close your eyes, do you feel connected to the earth?
Yes.
Good. 100%?
I think so.
Okay. How
do I increase that?
At what percentage, if you could close your eyes and ask your feet, hey feet, how are we feeling today? Talk to the body.
They're saying 50%.
Okay. So where is the other 50%? Ask the body. Where is the energy?
The other 50% is in my head.
What is it? 35?
It's in my head. The other 50% is in my head.
Okay, so you're You're all in up here and all in down there. So, would you like to know that you can spread your energy centers all through your body at an equal percentage? So, you are 100% all the energy is in your head, 100% all the energy is in your feet, but it's also 100% energy in all of your chakras and all areas of your body. So you can create more fluid and flow energy so that you can cut this energetic cord with any tension and stress that might be lingering and getting blocked up in your actual physical body.
Yes.
Okay, just doing a few deep cleansing breaths, pulling that energy all through the body. That feels good. How does that feel?
I want to go to sleep now.
And I just got you out of your records and all of that. So, and I closed you up there.
You were in my records already?
Yeah, it started at the beginning. That's what I said. I already called that in before, just before we came on.
Oh.
Yeah. And
I thought it was going to be a bit different.
well, what did you think it was going to be?
No, because I had Akashic Records done by someone before, and yeah, she was
Different?
she was, yeah, like she had her eyes closed for a lot of it and was really connected in and was telling me this and that about like lessons and contracts and all that. And I don't know, I just
And it's different every time, and you can do tons of different things. Like in our course right now, we're learning EFT, we're learning tapping.
yeah, that's the very first thing I ever learned.
Yeah. And we're learning what I was doing today, which is the chakra scans, like more of that scanning. So that's kind of the technique that I chose to practice with you today. And then I added some Reiki in there, and I added some theta healing, and then just some like a little bit of crystal work and breath work. Right. So I find each time it depends on what you need, because you were feeling overwhelmed. It made sense to work on the physical a bit. So would you like to integrate that?
Yes, please. I feel really just relaxed now.
Yes, and it's kind of making me feel emotional because I really feel like you needed that like energy cleanse.
Oh wow, what's after happening to me?
Yeah, because what I was doing was I was asking to connect like all your meridian lines going down across, because it's like you were right, things weren't flowing, right? So you're attaching it to money. Really, it was just like energy in your physical body. And we needed to kind of like connect the energy cords back in the body, because when we have trauma, we break cords like meridian lines, and we have to reattach those lines, or we always feel like there's something broken, right? So you might find that there's more consistency now because you're feeling like healthier, right? And when you feel healthier, you feel happier, and you attract all the good stuff. So I'm gonna end that session for today. So I'm gonna stop our recording, and then we can have a little chat. Sound good?
Thank you.
You're welcome.